Saudações pessoal, meu nome é Atecep, sejam todos muito bem-vindos a mais uma live stream aqui no canal. Vamos continuar a jogar a main story, a main quest, a história principal do campo de estrelas, o campo estrelado. Ok? E pronto, não vamos perder mais tempo e vamos tratar já dessa situação, porque quero muito. Por algum motivo não me está a aparecer o jogo. I looked in the sky and it was thrilled. I saw the kid Jesus in the pales they did. In the pales they did, the pales tended. Son of a rose, of a craven a seed. Pronto, vai ter que ser assim, é igual. Ok, let's go. Ok, let's go. I looked in the sky and it was thrilled. I saw the kid Jesus in the pales they did. In the pales they did. In the pales tended. Son of a rose, of a craven a seed. Ding 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 ding. I saw the ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Son of a rose, of a craven a seed. Pronto, já estamos aqui no olho, outra vez. Tem que ser, vamos direitinhos para o olho. I saw the kid Jesus in the pales they did.
Star Station LO868. You need the eye?
I need the eye. I need the eye. I need the eye. Eu vou dar toque no eye. I saw the kid Jesus in the pales they
Seals are tight, we're docked.
In the pales they
Let us see how Vladimir is faring.
The pales they did, son of a rose, of a craven a seed.
Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the blackest sea, I found an interesting pattern. The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet. A bigger one.
Okay.
This one has been in my list of possible artifact sites for a while, but the profile didn't quite match. Now that we've gotten more artifacts, the similarities are as clear as day. Alright, let me transfer over the data. But I need you wearing caution's boots for this one. No telling what this thing is or why it's so large. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work.
Okay.
Don't know what you'll find. Keep your eyes open.
Sim, senhora.
No, just need to follow your scanner to the real destination. Might be a boot's journey, but that's the explorer's lot sometimes. You're looking for the eye of the storm. Whole thing is a whirlwind, but getting to the source, need to wear your patience thick.
Saw the kid Jesus in the pales they did.
Yes? So... yes.
Oh, Vladimir,
That
tem
anomaly
cenas.
is a damn sight bigger than a regular artifact. And the darkness gets lit, just the candle.
Ok, o gajo tem 20.000. I saw the kid Jesus in the pales they did. Ah, tá.
Show the words another time.
Muito guitar.
Yeah, the way you handle things.
I saw the kid Jesus pales they did.
Docking seal released.
Sim, senhora. Ok. Qual é o planeta? Este aqui. No próximo. No próximo. Eu já tinha feito survey a este. Ah. É caramba. Vamos lá então. Para o local. Para o local da descoberta.
Landing gear's ready. Go. That landing gear's better be clean next time I go in there.
I'll get to it, Dad. I promise.
This ain't like getting around to a dome. You understand?
Fine, okay.
Bem,
You'll
temos
never
que
grow
descobrir esta
weary of
pele.
seeing places like this.
Eu já tinha feito descoberta disto tudo. Mas... eu já tinha descoberto isto tudo. I saw the kid Jesus in the pails they did. In the pails they did. In the pails standed. Son of a rose. Ah. Já percebi. Estas são as instruções. Então, com quem estão estas é que são as instruções? Investigate the source of an anomaly. Ok. I saw the kid Jesus in the pails they did. In the pails they did. The pails standed. Son of a rose of a craven seed. Ding 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 ding. Son ding 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 ding. And ding
Is this
ding.
what we have been looking for? It is. I do not have words.
Ah, então alguém já esteve aqui. E não era humano, possivelmente. Como é que eu entrei aqui? I saw the kid Jesus in the pails they did. Opa! Oi! Ai, 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 ai. Mas como é que eu vou para ali? Ah! Caramba, uma porta aqui um bocado escondida. Tá bonito. O que é isto? Float up and float down.
Are they moving? They seem to react to us.
Opa. O que é isto aqui? É isto? Mas que é? Tenho que apanhar estas coisas, é isso? Parece. E agora? Que feio. What the fuck, e agora estou cá fora? What? Press to equip your
Are you
new
alright?
power, press
We
tab
need
to
to get you
open
back to
data
the
menu.
lodge.
Data menu. Select. Ah. Anti-gravity field. Generate a localized field of intense low gravity and build a planet's true power.
Your abilities are truly amazing.
Wow. I looked in the sky and it was thrilled. I saw the kid Jesus in the pales they did. The pales they did, the pales tended their sun. Ah, deixa eu ver. Não vou usar isto. Pô, queria usar isto num inimigo. Aí tem que ir para o Lodge, né? Então faz fast travel para o Lodge.
Again, who do you think will be the first to ask us questions? Mateo or Noel?
Crix's bones. Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tail. An entire building generating a signature just like the artifact.
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it?
Ok.
Everyone saw that, right?
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird. So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected.
But we do not understand the connections. We need additional information.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time. It's a strong theory. Couldn't find that planetary anomaly without the data from the artifact. We'll need one to find the other. You'd still need to cross-reference the artifacts we have with the data from the eye to pinpoint the source. Don't think it's just Fortune's laugh that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
Ok.
If you have a moment, I have something I'd like to discuss.
Ok, Walter Stroud.
Need something?
Forgot to check the math on a few equations. The brain's long gone. Forgetfulness stretches the mind to the far ends. Not sure neat is the word. Heart-stopping might be closer to the mark. Won't put the fault to you there. When you're outside all-known understanding of how things work, best to keep smiling. Anyway, we'll be with you as we all figure what this means. Artifacts sure keep being a showboat of surprises. Raise the thoughts with you later.
We've always considered
Hey,
ourselves
Captain.
explorers.
Need help with
This
anything?
really is uncharted territory, isn't it?
Okay. Right.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to... Anything I can learn? Before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training.
Okay.
So with that in mind, I think so. I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right?
Tô perfeito.
I'm not a doctor, but I do have eyes. I think I'd notice. I have no reason to expect anything that drastic will happen, but we are in uncharted waters here, so I guess you'd just be extra handy to have around. Then, depending on what different means, we do some more scans, talk it over with the group, and make a decision. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, not really. Based on my initial scans, but more on what I watched you do. But we'll run with it for now. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. Probably. Stay safe, okay?
Sim, senhora. Aqui não há mais nada assim. Deixa eu falar com este Mateo.
If you've got questions. Bet you never expected to end up involved in something like this. You and me both. The implications are staggering. Obviously, we don't know anything for certain, at least not yet, but there sure seems to be a... So it would follow that someone, or something, built them. Both the temples and the artifacts. That alone is huge, isn't it?
Sim.
You said it, not me. I'll concede it's a possibility, but it's only 1 in a million. As much as we'd like to, we can't jump to conclusions just yet. That might end up being the understatement of all time. But really, we can't get ahead of ourselves. We just need to focus on our next steps. More research, documenting our findings, and not jumping to conclusions, no matter how enticing that might be. Take care of yourself.
Sim, senhor. Bem, agora só me falta falar com este.
I must admit, you've surprised me. I thought you were going to take off as soon as you'd gotten something from us. But I was wrong. I want you for a little soiree I'm planning. A business meeting, of a sort at least. It's about an artifact, and our goal is simple. We're going to purchase it. Our seller is a freelance operative in the city of Neon, which means the artifact is almost certainly stolen from someone. I just need a little more presence in the negotiation to show we're serious. And I think you'd be perfect. Oh, exceedingly. The free market there is in full effect. Anything goes as long as you have the money. We'll be taking advantage of that. That settles it then. We just need to make a few stops when we get to the city, and then the drinks will be on me.
As long as the drinking comes after the negotiation, or whatever this is going to entail.
It'll be easy, I promise. I'll ride passenger on your ship until we get to Neon.
Ok.
Just let me know when you're ready to set off.
Ok, ok. Já digo.
Keeping me waiting. Very well. Let me...
Eu quero ver... A caixa tinha aqui uma... Pois. Esta missão é importante? Não. Esta missão deve ser importante. Mas vamos fazer esta main quest.
Are you ready to set off?
Sim, senhora.
To the Volai star system, then. I admit I'm a little excited.
Always a
Welcome to
satisfying
Freezer
moment
Space.
to
We're
return
going to
to
do a
your
quick
ship.
scan for contraband and you can be on your way.
Zero contrabando.
Alright, you're good. Welcome to Neon.
Obrigado. Este aqui também só tem água e alcanos, não benzenos. Ah, e tem duas plantas. Ok. Mas vamos lá, Neon, que nunca foi, é a primeira vez.
Let's put this bird on the ground.
Ok, cá estamos em Neon. Alright, está bonito. Está lindo.
Relax. Your ride is safe with us.
Pois, eu queria era saber. Será que é este? Ship Services.
We'll take good care of your ship.
Have a good one.
Hey there.
Eu queria saber qual é o gajo que cuida do meu
Don't worry.
chip.
Relax.
Queria dar um jeitinho no meu.
Man, smell that? Construction.
Na minha nave.
Industrial chemicals of every kind. But they still can't get rid of the odor of chasm bass. A native species of fish. I often wonder what would have happened if they'd never found out about the psychotropic effects. I mean, on paper, a rich protein source has far more practical value than a recreational drug. But theory loses out once again to practice. Something to do with chasm bass's natural oils, apparently. If you're curious, the name is Aurora.
Ah,
We need to stop by the Stroud
eu tenho
Airport
Aurora.
offices. There are certain authorization procedures when large funds are being transferred, even for something like this.
Pronto, vamos lá.
Hey there.
Eu queria saber onde é que está o gajo que dá para montar o meu barco. O meu barco, a minha nave. Mas não estou sem muita sorte. Mas gostava de saber.
Security cares far more about what you take. The effort to make this place livable is astounding. There's no end what can be accomplished when there are credits to be named.
The second you step through.
All right. Get up slowly and turn around. Try to run and we open fire.
Agora quero ver o que é que se vai passar aqui.
So, what was the plan, Misha? Smuggle the Aurora into Aquila City or New Atlantis?
No, I just forgot I was carrying it, is all. Honest mistake, right? Can't we just settle this right here? I can pay the usual.
We don't make the rules. That's Administrator Bayo's job. Now, shut up and start walking.
Move it. Let's go.
Keep your nose clean. New around here?
Make certain you familiarize yourself with our rules and regulations regarding the transport of Aurora.
Aurora.
After all, you don't want to end up like Nishar, do you?
No.
Aurora is a hallucinogenic, which is legally available for purchase in Neon. Certainly. And for your own good, I urge you to listen carefully. First and foremost, the interplanetary transport of Aurora is strictly forbidden. Anyone caught transporting the substance through this checkpoint will be arrested, fined, and jailed if necessary. You are free to carry and use Aurora anywhere within the city limits, yes. On my list of excuses for attempting to transport Aurora, that ranks a close third to I forgot that I had any on me, and I am holding it for a friend. The other regulation you should be buying it from any other business. You can find it inside the trade tower. Take the elevators up to the terminal building and head across Bayou Plaza. You can't miss it.
Okay.
If they do, Neon Security will handle it. For your own safety, I urge you to avoid those locations entirely. All right then, that's it. If you have any additional questions, let me know. Otherwise, keep your nose clean and move along. Lousy? The hell are you talking about? Outside of work in the Astro Lounge, this is one of the most secure jobs you can get. Do you have any idea how many people get turned away from Neon Security? How about half the damn platform? No, I'm one of the lucky ones. Spend some time in Epside and you'll see what I mean. Worst part of Neon. Basically, it's the outer perimeter of the entire platform. We're talking poverty, drug dealers, lowlives, gangs. It's not worth a visit. If you want to enjoy your visit, stick to the safer parts of town. Volii Alpha has a unique agreement with the Freestar Collective. We allow their ships to patrol the spaceways, and Neon Security maintains the peace within Neon itself. The only exception is the Freestar Ranger outpost located in the city, but Ranger Price fully cooperates with our department. Aurora is the #1 product produced by Xenofresh Fisheries, the company that originally founded what is now called Neon. Clinical studies sponsored by Xenofresh have proven that using Aurora has no long-term negative health effects, and so it was approved for public use. And before you ask, yes, this was also approved by the Freestar Collective, as long as Aurora stays within the city limits.
Ok. Estou esclarecidíssimo. Esclarecidíssimo, minha senhora. Não vou chateá-la mais com as minhas perguntas sobre estupidofacientes. Alright. Isto é enorme. Mining League. Epside. Deixa-me ver o que é isto, Epside. A Epside era o sítio dos drogados, não era?
This is no place for tourists. Believe me.
E quem é isto? Madame Sauvage.
If the gangs can keep from killing each other, I just might have a good
Warehouse 1. Ah, para lá. Ah, isto é um planeta só de água? Ah.
Whoa. Bad part of town, buddy.
Olha, lembrou-se.
Do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you. A gang. Worst gang there is. They'll stab you for kicks, taking bets on how long you squeal before you bleed out. And that's not a hyper whatchamacallit. They seriously did that. Poor Ted. Hey, it's your ass, not mine on the line. Whole area's gone to hell. Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad. I mean, yeah, they'll rob you blind, but at least they let you live. They're bad news, but compared to disciples, positive angels. Well, you'll find them at Madame Sauvage's. They're always holding auditions, as they call it. Looking for new blood. So, for being so helpful, a chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life.
Quanto é que
The
queres?
disciples and all. Have a heart. Hey, thanks. Look, I mean it. Go back to the plaza. Ain't nothing but shit and misery over here.
Ok. Pá. Deu-me umas dicas, foi simpático. Pronto, dei-lhe 1000 créditos. Outfitters. Spaceport Terminal. O que é que foi?
Could we talk? Here, I have something for you. Yes, well, it seemed like a good idea. I saw it earlier and thought you might... Of course. We are partnered. I will keep an eye out in the future.
Obrigado. Deu-me dinheiro. Neon Fisheries. Mining League. O que é isto?
I have
I told you.
things
Look at
I
this
wish
place.
to discuss with
Ridiculous, right?
when you have
Why
time.
would someone open a mining
Is something
supplies
amiss?
business on an
We've
ocean?
not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you.
I
at
can't
that
believe this place is
place.
still open.
That
I give
temple?
it a few more months
I am
before
not
this
sure
loser
what to call
packs
it.
in.
In all my
don't be
time
such a
amongst the
jerk.
stars,
We should
I
look
have
around and see
never
if there's
heard of
something we
such a
can buy.
thing.
Yeah,
What do you
sure.
think that place
You wanna
was?
win
Só era
some
qualquer
credits?
coisa aí,
You
coisa
go by
linda.
Dad.
Then it seems fitting that you were the one to discover it.
Estás-me a chamar de lindo.
Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights? It is hard to argue, but the implications... I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you alright? Have you felt any side effects?
Tudo tranquilo.
A cynical person might suggest that in itself could be a side effect. But for now, we will just assume you have been very fortunate. The artifacts that temple this new ability you have acquired, clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized. Yes, you are right. And if we continue to work together, perhaps we can start to explain some of this. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here. Can we speak for a moment?
Outra vez? Já não acabas de falar.
I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under,
I'm sorry, my friend, but
unusual circumstances.
Tentar dar o flerte com
You
esta.
seem
Com
to
outra galha
be
burra.
acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them?
Sim.
Nothing but ocean. Look, I'll pay 50%, but no more. You should be happy, you know?
I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps Mateo. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation?
Claro que sim.
I cannot tell if that is a compliment or an attempt to avoid the question. I will assume the former. I have a very different background from the rest of Constellation. I carry myself differently. I worry that some of the others are unable to see past this. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death. I know. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite. That is kind of you. You also have a lot going. I find expressing affection difficult, but truly. Thank you. I know this seems trivial, perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense?
Sim, senhora.
And yet here we are, working together. And that has, I think, gone very well. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir.
Sim,
you
sem
said
problema.
you were considering it, and I appreciate that you decided against it.
Tipo, eu não disse nada porque não houve
I
opção.
do not wish to be seen as a source of violence and nothing else. Indeed it was. And now I hope you can see why. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.
Pois compreendo. Sim, senhora. Compreendo tudo.
It's a wonderful day, my friend.
Yes.
Take it easy.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah.
Que é isto? Peter Bitiri. Olha, este aqui dá para roubar. Este aqui também. Este aqui não. Ui.
Don't forget, we sell all types of raw materials as well. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Isn't it obvious, my friend? I sell mining supplies of all shapes and sizes, as well as everything I sell is carefully portioned, securely crated, and ready to be I'm afraid it is. You see, when I opened this shop, I had grand ambitions of... Yet here I am, only a few years later, pockets empty, and my business on the verge. That would be a blessing, my friend, but I wouldn't want to impose. Listen to me, my friend. I hear what the people say on the street. They call me crazy for opening a mining business on an ocean world. I was aiming so much higher, hoping to attract these space travelers, passing through the Volai system on their prospecting journeys. It was stupid to assume I could corner the market on mining supplies and raw materials without a solid foundation. And by God, I've paid the price. You would do that for a total stranger? Bless you, my friend. Bless you. I've come up with an idea that I'm hoping will generate a lot of interest in my business, and you were the final element that was missing. If you could bring these flyers to some of the other vendors in Neon, it would explain how we can improve our businesses as a group. Many in Neon keep to their own, and I believe this is why we failed. James Newell and his Merchant Alliance friends are on the right track, but all they do is spend their time complaining, never solving. We must unify, band together, and help each other out. Then, when one of us falls, the others can reach down and help him rise from the dust. In the meantime, we will refer people to each other's shops. Perhaps... Wonderful. Simply wonderful. You have no idea the weight you have lifted from my... I appreciate your help. If there's...
Deixa-me ver o que é que ele tem para venda. Ah, mas ele tem uma data de coisas. Antibiotics. Olha, alumínio. Epá. Comprar. Ok.
Please let me know when those flyers have been handed out.
Pronto, agora vou passar algumas destas cenas para a André já.
What did you need? I am always...
Ah, tá.
I'm interested in some of your mining gear, but I'm going to need a discount.
Sim, senhor.
I'm sorry, my friend, but price...
Ah, tem aqui Trade Authority.
If it's too hot to handle, we can take it off your hands. Yeah? Buying, selling, or... Alright, smartass, let's cut the bullshit. You either walked into the TA to buy some goods, sell some goods, or have some liberating goods taken off your hands for a reasonable price. So, instead of wasting my time making me explain how the business world works, let's get a move on. Now that's what I'm talking about. We both want to make some money, so what'll it be? Well, first of all, the outpost in Neon is hardly anything to be worried about. They have, what, like 4 men covering the entire city? Come on! And even if one of them got, I don't know, suddenly ambitious and put the heat on us, well, there are 2 ways to solve that problem. One way is to leave an unattended cred stick on the counter. The other is to give Sayoka a call. Either way, it's business for us as usual. Yeah. Various employers post jobs to the mission boards for people like you to take up. For example, the Trade Authority pays pilots to run cargo. You'll find them in bars, usually near spaceports throughout the settled systems. Don't need it. Not interested. Not interested. Now we're getting somewhere.
Bem, deixa-me ver o que é que o gajo tem para venda. Pá, o gajo não... Este pessoal não vende. Não vende nada para... Não mete nada para pequena coisa e tal. Adesivos. Isto quero. Bem, munições não preciso.
If you find anything else, make sure you bring it to me.
Website, isto é o quê? Neon Tactical. Deve ser de armas, não?
I've been applying to different megacorps in the area, but I haven't got any bites. Hey, if you hear about any entry-level job openings, let me know. I've been trying to find an office job, but all of them require like 5 years of experience. Well, I went to school for business, but it's not like I remember any of it. In my last interview, the recruiter asked me what I thought about Keynesian economics. I asked her, which planet is Keynesian on again? And she just looked at me and cringed. I don't blame her. Keltcorp and Stroud, but I haven't heard back, and that's threatening to cut off the cred spigot. That's exactly why I haven't applied there. Way too much competition. To be honest, I don't really know what I want. I just know that if I don't find something soon, my parents won't just disown me. They'll have me stripped for parts. Keltcorp and Stroud. But I need the credits now. And even if I do get hired, who knows when that first paycheck comes in?
Okay.
Back to the job hunt.
Core Kinetics isn't the only game in town, you know. If you're here to buy, take a look around the shop. Just keep your hands where I can see them.
Que eu haveria de roubar?
Oh, I don't know. Stuff things in your pocket and run. Rob me at gunpoint. Shoot me in the head. I've survived on Neon far too long to take any chances. Maybe. That's up to you. But rules are rules. If you don't like it, talk to Styx. He runs our, see that giant Model A right over there? Yeah, that's Styx. And if I were you, I wouldn't get on his bad side. See, now, you're just getting technophobic. And that's gonna hurt his... You know, I'm sick and tired of people coming in here and treating Styx like he's some kind of sideshow exhibit.
E não é?
Look at that graffiti they sprayed onto his chassis. If I could find the asshole who did that, I'd make him pay for the paint removal. I know you'll be surprised, but thanks to my sparkling personality, I don't exactly have the easiest time making friends. That means I spend a lot of time talking to Styx, and Model A robots, they're not really programmed for cat. The net result is I end up talking to a machine and looking like I'm out of my mind. It's no big secret. I lost it fighting on the Freestar side during the Colony War. I was a ground pounder, slogged it out in the trenches with the troops. And did pretty well, too. Until an EM weapon took out our transport. They pulled me out of the wreckage, but the damage was done. Honestly, I consider myself lucky. Most of the other soldiers died in the crash. I knew a guy a few years ago who ran up a hell of a tab with me. I'm talking thousands of credits, but at least he'd make regular payments. One day the payments stopped, so I tracked him down. Found out he got mixed up with an Aurora dealer and, fell from the upper platform. Since I had a legit claim, the city awarded me his property, which amounted to the contents of a storage container. Guess what I found inside? Took me a few months to scrounge up the parts, but I'd say I did a pretty decent job getting Styx up and running. You'd do that? Huh. Okay.
Maybe I misjudged you. Look, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that I'm not the most popular guy on the block, and that suits me fine. But this person took it too far, made it personal. I'm not about to let some delinquent hassle the only friend that I have.
Água. Acabam.
Huh. I'm glad you see Styx as more than just a possession. The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. You can probably find him somewhere near Euphorica. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and the Styx. Warlord's one of the Disciples, one of Neon's street gangs that claims it owns Ebside. A few years back, the gang tried to break in here and rob my place, but Styx put one of them down and sent another to Reliant on a stretcher. He and his buddies have been harassing me ever since, mostly by scaring away my customers and stealing my deliveries. Warlord still swears he'll get even with me, and he came pretty damn close when he somehow managed to disable Styx and sprayed him with paint. It feels like it's only a matter of time before he gets past Styx, and I'm done for. I don't need any handouts. I'll pass. I've got more than you can...
Olha, podes era ter... Isto, estás lá pilão. Podia era ter cenas fixes. Tipo cenas para a minha nave.
I'm sorry. Your inquiry for paint and home decor. Frank Rennick is the proprietor of Neon Tactical, my primary fund. Affirmative. You. Goodbye.
Freestyle Rangers. Este Fernando.
There's as many traps as there are temptations here in Neon. If you're here to report a crime, take it to local security. They handle that stuff. Mostly to keep an eye on the smuggling trade. Black market goods flow through Neon like a river. Can't stop it, but I can at least keep an eye out in case it's something real serious. Think nothing of it. Word of advice. Enjoy the city, but know your limits. Trouble's waiting around every corner, and the law won't protect you the way it does in other places. Law and authority aren't always the same thing. In Neon, they're almost the opposite. People with authority don't much care about the law. Make the wrong enemies here, and you're better off just leaving the planet and never looking back.
Faz sentido.
I don't mean to preach, but prudence will serve you better than bravado around here. There's something else you need?
No.
Nah, I've got friends in high places, so to speak. I'm the son of a Ryujin Industries executive. Maybe you've heard of her? Name's Alexis Price. There's a sort of fragile peace here in Neon. It's better for everyone if the syndicates and the corporations coexist with minimum friction. Believe it or not, yeah, it was. My mother's an executive with Ryujin, so I grew up here. I volunteered for this post as much to keep the other Rangers out of trouble as any other reason. If some hotshot rookie took this job and started flashing the badge everywhere, it wouldn't end well.
Ok, não tens nada para mim, pai, não? Então, vamos abandonar. tens nada para mim, não, também quero conversa contigo. Acabou. Ryujin, o que é isto? Ah, mas espera aí. Lakers, New Will, o que é isto? Um gato. Deixa-me ver se aqui dá para comprar chip parts.
Hey there. Welcome to Newell's. Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any... Rosa Newell is my wife. We own this place together. Sieghart's Outfitters? Oh, come on. You don't have to pretend you haven't been to his poor excuse for a store off of Bayou Plaza. I understand that. But when you're dealing with a snake like Siegert, normal commerce practices go right out the window. That man has absolutely no respect for the business community on Neon. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon security to keep his place safe. By standing up to the lowlifes who come in here expecting me to just hand over all of my money, I refuse to be run out of business or be forced to pay protection. A lot of the merchants in Neon belong to a small merchants alliance. It's nothing formal. It's just a bunch of us getting together to air our grievances and watch each other's backs. Yeah, sure. If all you care about is yourself. Every payment Siegert makes validates Neon Security's corruption. He's setting a bad precedent that many merchants are forced to follow. Anyway, sorry. I know I can get a little intense about these things. If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure... Here, let me see that. Oh, not a bad idea. You might be onto something here. Thanks for bringing this to me.
Sem stress.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. That'd be extremely helpful. Yes, of course. On behalf... Just be careful when you're dealing with Siegert. He can be surprisingly unreasonable when he's cornered. The first time I brought up the subject, we got into a huge argument. Siegert said he had every intention of paying Neon security and that it was final. After that, I tried to speak to him a few times, but he's always been too busy to spend the time to sit down and have a decent conversation. It's obvious he has no intentions of talking to me anymore. I honestly don't know what I did to make him so angry with me. I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? I had gotten a job at Xenofresh through a friend and started working on the loading docks. After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbas processing, and that's where I met Rosa for the first time. She was my supervisor, but we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit Xenofresh, get married, and start our own business. We've been in love ever since. I'd say the majority of the guards are rotten, and the few who aren't simply take a paycheck and look the other way. They have Neon completely under their control. The Freestar Collective's own security doesn't even maintain a presence here. If it wasn't for the Freestar Rangers outpost,
there wouldn't be a shred of justice in this entire city. No problem. I'm sure you'll find something you like.
Bem, deixa eu ver se este gajo, por favor, muito, tem chip parts. Tem! Graças a Deus. Graças a Deus, Nosso Senhor Jesus Cristo de picanha. Este gajo tem chip parts e adoro quando um gajo... Deixa eu ver se tem aqui alguma cena que eu fico bonito. Intimidation sense, instigation chance, persuasion chance. Olha, esta está fixe. Que é que esta? Ah. Quero esta. Comprar isto.
Tell everyone you know about it.
Então deixa-me vestir aqui a minha nova roupa. Alright.
Our store.
I don't want you to get upset, but Administrator Bayou came by while you were out. Welcome to Newell's. Let me know if you need help. Oh my, do I? That's awful. I should be taking better care of my customers. You'll have to excuse me. With all the ruckus my husband's been making at the Merchant Alliance meetings, it's difficult to get any rest. Poor old man has himself mixed up in a foolish crusade against Dietrich Sieghart, who he's angry at for paying off Neon security. He runs Sieghart's Outfitters. It's right outside the spaceport terminal. I suppose you could say he's our only real competition. If you ask me, he isn't such a terrible person. Please don't tell James I said that. For protection, I assume. They apparently target certain businesses with some type of safety assurance fee scheme. We've been spared that indignity so far. But it's absolutely disgraceful this kind of thing is happening. It's a little group James formed, with some of the other vendors on Neon. I'd call it more of a support group, because all they do is sit around and complain about how hard it is to run a business here. I don't believe he is, no. I think my husband has Dietrich all wrong. He's probably doing what he has to do to survive. Just, please don't tell James I said that. I don't want him to think his own wife is doubting him.
Pois. Compreensível.
It's just a feeling that I have about Dietrich. I'm sure he's paying off Neon security because he has no choice. He can't afford to fight back like my husband expects. I have no idea. Anytime the subject comes up, it turns into an argument. Frankly, he's so obsessed with this Dietrich situation, I don't think he's listening to me at all. Well, thank you. I can't remember the last time a total stranger walked into our store and offered to help. It would be so lovely to see my James happy again. He used to smile at me all the time, you know. Now all I see is worry on his face. I suppose you can speak with him about it if you like. But perhaps you'd like to browse our store a bit before you do?
Já fiz isso.
I hope you find what you need.
DigiPic também dá jeito. Ok. Eles têm a cena partilhada entre eles.
Thank you for stopping by.
Ok. Dá para fazer fast travel para o... Não. ter que usar aqui o elevador. Engraçado, este planeta é mesmo só água. Era fazer umas alterações ao meu à minha nave. Está miserável. O que é que eu tenho? Aid? O que é que... Ah, pois. O que é que tem aqui tanto? Acabou de deixar um de cada. Não. Se calhar uso isto como forma de guardar, pois. Ora aí. Tenho dois destes. Transferir dois destes. É isso, não é? E dois destes. 148, mas mesmo assim tem muita coisa aqui. Ah, os trauma packs também.
Venture you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Onde é que ela está?
Ah, hello. I have never been one to shop.
Quero é que ela me passe tudo. Se eu passar tudo.
Right.
Outra vez para o... Ah! The containers at max capacity. What? Ah, então peraí. Então peraí que já te conto uma história.
Sometimes amuses me to think about what goes on here, right under the United Colonies' collective nose. Yes? If I can take
Deixa eu ver se ela tem mais alguma coisa para mim. Não.
Until next time. Yes, you need... I am happy to help.
Será que eu consigo?
Goodbye.
Bem, amigos, hoje eu vou ficar por aqui que não estou no mood e não estou com cabeça para fazer stream. Voltamos a ver amanhã, tá bem, amigos? Grande abraço. Tchauzinho.